just explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Bitcoin!
That's a nickname in its own way, but we came up with a new couple of words for corn.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Up, 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 don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Can you quickly tell everybody what a rug pull is?
Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence from government, coercion, and control.
Yo, Shadalay, my fellow frogs. We are back. Welcome to RugPull Radio. What are we at? March 19th? We're a day away from the spring equinox. So winter is ending. We are entering a new planetary phase, if you will, a fake space, planetary, new. No, I can't even anymore. So anyways, we're here, right? The clown show must go on. The crimes are continuing. The exploitation is continuing. The money printing is continuing. And here we are, just kind of sitting around hoping and praying some God King saves us, right? Like, I don't really see much movement out there. I see people angry, but you know, it's still kind of the same old. Anyway, so let's get started. Where are we going with this? Yeah, go grab your gear if you guys are coming to Vegas. 1776.love. Go grab the digital 1776 shirt. Also, I will be in Vegas. Use code for 10% off. We will have a frog party. So if you guys want to join up, we had a pretty good group last year. So come join the frogs. Throw a shade away in the comments. Give us a like. Share it with your friends and family. But let's get started, shall we? Would Jesus pay taxes to pedophiles? I don't know. It's a tough one, right? Would Jesus pay taxes to pedophiles? I think we have some statists that would argue, yes, he would. He would totally pay because it says render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? And the evangelicals get all wrecked. They get all triggered, and here's this idiot. He didn't like would Jesus pay taxes? And so he said he's Catholic, not evangelical. And I said, Catholics are even worse. You guys believe in a centralized pope. Did you look at the code base? It's open source, moron. So he thinks because Jeffrey Epstein funded Bitcoin core development at MIT, Coinbase, Blockstream, blah, 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 that Bitcoin is Epstein money. So these are the retards we get to deal with. And, I guess we'll just, keep chumming along until they experience enough pain, because more pain is coming. We can see what's happening with the Iran conflict. Inflation is going to go absolutely bonkers. And, if you think about it, it's a pretty good camouflage to print a lot of money, right? A war, gas prices. You can hide a lot of inflation through that narrative. So Trump really won't get the blame for it, technically, if that's what they're setting up, right? Setting up this huge spike in oil. He can say it's not his fault. It's Israel's fault, right? We had to go to war with Iran. So, what's that about? But we are, there's a pullout. So there is the Bitcoin Bugle puts out a March Madness, and I'm up against Maulers. So if you guys want to go vote, there's still time left. I think there's like 12 hours left. Probably slim chance I beat him. But if you guys want to go help out, go vote for GMoney. Let's see how close we can get. And it's funny because I reposted this and I said, guys, we could do something really fun here and send a message. Jack Mullers, hope you win, bro. Sending a message would be so sick. Jack Mullers, it's been years since I met you in Nashville and you agreed to come on RugPull Radio. Still waiting to have you on. So Jack continually ignores us, but he's lurking. He knows who we are. He's probably watching at some point, but I guess we'll just wait until he maybe comes on at some point. I don't know what to tell you guys. We've been here for what? How many years now? We've had Sailor on. Maulers won't come on. I've been in touch with these people. I just don't get any response. So, yeah, rug pull after rug pull. But let's get to some of the commercials. Nashville's going to be sick. There was a second live stream today. I couldn't make it, but the first one is absolute fire. So if you can't make it in person, you can still buy a virtual ticket. They're like $40. You can get the Telegram chat. The Telegram chat is already spicy. So if you want to get access to the Telegram chat, you want to get access to the live sessions, it's probably worth it. I think this round, everybody's fired up, man. Like Alpha's fired up to vote hard. Ash is fired up to vote hard. The rest of the crew is not fired up to vote hard. We recently lost, Brad Nabby because possibly some of that. So, yeah, here's to Nashville.
Patriots, the fight for truth doesn't stop at the screen. It's hitting the road again. Badlands Media is rolling into Nashville on April 9th through 12th for the next stop on the Great American Restoration Tour. Join your favorite Badlands hosts and like-minded Americans for 3 powerful days. Packed with unfiltered discussions, deep dive panels, and real debate. Hear the raw truth, ask the tough questions. No topic too hot, no question too bold. GARD is where our community comes alive. Tickets are on sale now at badlandsmedia.tv/GARD, where you can also grab a virtual pass and watch from home. Join us to question narratives and fight for America's future. Nashville's calling. The restoration continues. Get your passes today. See you in Music City.
What up, Badlanders? Are you ready to rock something new in 2026? Well, as always, we got you covered with the Rise Badlands Native Collection. Built from the rich tones and rugged terrain, equal, beautiful and brutal. Old roots, new vibe. Whether you got gators in your backyard or you have to take a bush plane to the post office, Badlanders are worldwide. Different dirt, same tribe. By the way, your friends at Rise have a deal for you. Show up at GART rocking your native gear, swing by our booth, and get in to win a free Badlands Rise hoodie of your choice. And don't forget, every order throws fuel on the fire of the Made in USA parallel economy. So grab something now at badlandsmedia.tv/rise.
Yo, we're back. So grab some gear, come check out the Frogs in Nashville, come get a virtual ticket. But let's get into the dasting dig of the week, which of course, you know, I chose Afroman. And this psyop, you guys, is like almost too perfect, you know, in so many different ways. And guys, we needed like a win. GMoney, it's still a judicial system that's proof of stake. And look, I get it, right? Like the courts are bullshit. But we needed like a absolute like win in making fun of authorities, not only making fun of them, making them cry, right? This wasn't just like, you know, oh, we made a couple funny videos. No, like one of the deputies' wives left him. These guys are crying, and they're all a bunch of like tyrannical, predatory douchebags. Like, have you ever seen Reno 911? These cops actually make the Reno 911 cops look good. Like, that's how bad this police department was. And guys, this isn't like a singular issue, a singular police department. Like, this happens all across the country. Okay. The police departments are very, very corrupt. Okay. And this entire experiment of knocking someone's door down, right, putting guns in the faces of innocent people with little to no evidence whatsoever, right, on terms of theirs, is really a exercise in holy shit, what kind of a wake up is this, right? And so is it a psyop? Probably. I mean, it's just too perfect, and we'll maybe talk about why. But here's the basics of what happened, okay? So the cops raid Afroman's house for bullshit reasons. I think one of them was like he had a dungeon and he was like hiding someone. They stole his money, they broke his door, and they fucked his house up. No criminality found whatsoever, no charges at all pressed, right? Afroman spends the next 3 years making songs that make fun of all the officers involved by name, even using footage of the raid from his own CCTV cameras. Songs had titles like Randy Waters is a son of a bitch and Lick 'em Low Lisa, accusing one of the officers of being a lesbian and sleeping with other officers' wives. During the raid, one officer looked like he was about to eat some lemon pound cake sitting on Afroman's counter. Afroman made a whole album calling the officer fat. The cops got mad and filed a lawsuit for defamation. Afroman turns up to court in a whole American flag suit. Officers performatively mauled and cry while listening to the songs, really trying to oversell how badly the songs upset them. One officer was suing because Afroman made a whole song about him saying he was fucking the officer's wife. When the officer was asked if Afroman was really fucking his wife, he said, I don't know. Nuking his own case and establishing that there is a non-zero chance that Afroman might actually be fucking his wife. And his only witness for the trial, Afroman brought in a deputy's ex-fucking wife. The jury ruled in completely of Afroman, okay? And this is what's great about the story, because it shows a huge overstep of tyrannical dictators and us not fighting back kinetically, not storming the police station with guns and rounding them up, but using comedy to absolutely just tar and feather the hell out of these rats, okay? And that's a beautiful thing, because not only should we be doing this to police departments, judges, congressmen, institutions, right? The colleges and all the other people, but every authoritative figure out there, we should be doing this to, okay? At no realm, there should be nothing that is left untouched. And that's just really what this is going to come down to, because this is empowering for us, you guys. This is a win. This is a win that we needed in the narrative warfare of the little guy beating the big guy just because he actually stood up, right? How many people would just be like, you know what? Like, in a normal circumstance, without the fame, without, Afroman's, his position, like a normal person wouldn't probably be able to make songs, and it wouldn't go viral, and it wouldn't be funny. But this very, very unique scenario that has all the absolute pieces of a psyop, good guy psyop, to help move the narrative towards powerless becoming powerful is truly, truly inspiring. But let's just set this up, because here we are 6 years later. This guy absolutely nails it. So let's just give the background for where we are today.
In the last 6 years, we've had a global pandemic, turned out to be bullshit. Nobody cares. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. We find out that aliens are real. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing happens. A global pedophile ring. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. We found out all the politicians are basically inside trading. That's how they make $140,000 a year. And then by the end of their fucking term, or just in a couple of years, they're worth like $240 million. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. And nothing changes. Found out the president actually was fake. Nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. 9/11 was staged. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nothing changes. This is like from the year 2020 to 2026, every other day is like a conspiracy theory being proven right. But nothing changes. Nobody gets in trouble. Nobody gives a shit. The whole Somalian thing. All these politicians that are stealing billions of dollars, they don't get in trouble. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, yeah, of course we all give a shit online, and we're like, I fucking told you. But it's literally, nothing happens. Nobody gets in trouble. No one gives a shit. Charlie Kirk, that guy totally did not just kill him. That one fucking tranny dude did not kill him. Nothing happens. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gets in trouble. We started a country because Britain was charging us 3% tax. Now we pay 36% tax. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. I think that's the most infuriating thing about finding out all these conspiracy theories that we've had. Oh, Pizzagate. Pizzagate's fucking real. Nobody gets in trouble. Nothing changes. Nobody gives a shit. It is so mind-boggling how they've changed and manipulated the way our society and social norms are by just releasing an overload of information that we're just I told you. I told you. It's I just don't understand. We should be.
So what are you going to do about it? Honestly, what is in your power to do about it? That's the question, guys. How much more injury are you willing to accept before you, put up your own risk of more pain to protect your energy? And that's really kind of what we're dealing with here. And so, let's listen to Afroman here real quick, because this is a powerful video.
Trip noticed how powerless I felt when they kicked in my door. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do nothing but take it. Mm-hmm. The fact that they can kick in my door, but I can't kick in theirs. Just having to live with that. And the way that make you feel powerless. Mm. And then to watch me write some songs to make them cry. And it's I didn't realize the power I had. My power to rap is more deadly than his AR-15.
They try to sue you for the songs?
Yeah. You got a gun. What did damn. I just trip on not knowing my power.
Yeah.
Like I felt powerless, and by them they showed me my power. They were sarcastic and unapologetic about the mess they left. And that principle, like I said, am I under arrest? He says, no. I said, are there any charges? He said, no. I said, will you help me put my door back up on the gate? Then he waddled his head. He goes, we're not required to do that. And right there, cuz, he doesn't have a penalty for his actions.
Right.
He doesn't have a penalty. I have to give him a penalty. If I rob a bank, a group of people is going to come get me. And they're going to give me a penalty for what I did.
Right.
Now, if nobody comes and get me and gives me no penalty, I'm going to keep doing it. It's my job to give them a penalty for violating me. It's not their court's job. It's not their peers.
Right.
It's my job. It's my job to make you pay for violating me. Oh, so yeah, I'm a rapper. I started rapping about that.
When I saw that shit, and there was a security footage of them doing that, I've had the feds in my house. I know what a violation that is and how that feels firsthand. So for you to take that and flip it into what you did is just like, and turn that negative into a positive. It's something I can relate to too, because now we got this dispensary because the feds busting in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
we got the license off of that shit. So
if you can't take this gibberish and jargon I'm talking, how are you going to take war? Right. How are you going to take the pressures of life? And I'm tripping on how this guy can violate my house and he can't take me singing a song about him looking at a pound cake. Yeah, I wasn't even, I feel like Dave Chappelle. Oh, I ain't get you yet.
So you gotta love Afroman spirit there, right? Like he's right. They cause injury and penalties to me, and it's up to me to cause a penalty back to them. It's not nobody else's job. It's your job. So if you're being penalized, if someone is exploiting you, if someone is causing you harm, it's nobody else's job to penalize them back but you. And eventually, right, you may get so fed up with all of these penalties against you, these crimes against you, that you're willing to penalize them at some point, right? Because right now you have no recourse. You have no recourse in the current system that we live in. There's no way to get any recourse from any. You have no recourse. You have nothing, bro. Okay? So here's that lemon pound cake video that's freaking hilarious about this guy.
John, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some living pound cake. Mama's living pound cake. It tastes so nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a slice. Of what? Living pound cake. He wanna put down his block. Living pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Living pound cake. He's a family guy. Living pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Living pound.
So you see the officer with his gun does like the double take with the lemon pound cake, and he turns the CCTV footage into this amazing song that is absolutely clowning this police department. And I think it's just an absolute like legendary thing that Afroman did to completely give any sort of respect or dignity to these people, right? Because like even giving them any sort of dignity and respect is actually like saying they have any sort of power over you, right? You're actually like being part of the problem by letting them know you give a shit. And that's where it gets sticky, because we have to bridge to the other side, right? And this is a bridge to the other side. Afroman executed a flawless DDoS attack on a singular node. His node was much more powerful. He was able to override the laws and the protocols of this corrupt network of judges and everything. And so, like, that's a win. And this is a win we needed in the narrative warfare of Digital 1776, because we need to show people that if they stand up, they do have the power, they do have their rights, and it's up to us to enforce those penalties on the people that try to cause us harm. Okay. And so here is, here's a good clip too about him explaining that.
And the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more money you can make, right?
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
He's right. Perfectly summed up. And don't you love his full-on like American flag suit? Like, does that suit remind you of anything? Does it? By the way, here's a celebration.
Yeah, we did it, America. Yeah, we did it. Freedom of speech. Right on, right on. Yeah, God bless America. Yeah, power to the people. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I don't know if you can say this is anything but a good guy psyop at this point, because now here he is, right, on a podium speaking about, having weed and guns.
Man in the White House, I'm going to make it legal for you to.
Oops, sorry.
Man in the White House, I'm going to make it legal for you to have cannabis and your firearms at the same time.
Does that remind you of a Idiocracy clip? Camacho? Reminds me of that, actually, pretty wholeheartedly. So, but I think this is the core message here from this entire, psyop, if you want to call it that, is like, we have to show people they are empowered by something as silly as, like these bad cops. And here he is having a good time. Okay. Having a good time with all the different things he's doing. And he's turning the negative into a positive. And that's exactly what Bitcoin does, right? You can turn the negative situation of inflation and war and all these different things into a positive, peaceful thing, and have fun while you're doing it, making memes, right? Tell them to go fuck themselves. Like, we need to do this at scale to absolutely piss them off, but realizing that they can't do anything about it. Like, they're literally powerless to stop us once we have the numbers. And that's all really Afroman did, was he just took the tables and turned them on their heads and said, no, I'm going to fire this back in your faces on what you did and how corrupt you guys are. It was perfect. I'm having some issues with my StreamYard right now. Let me see if I can fix it real quick. Okay, looks like it's fixed now. Let me get out of this one. All right. See, can you guys hear me? Okay, yeah. So what does this remind you of? Well, this reminds me of none other than
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America! President Camacho!
Shut up! Sit your monkey ass down. Chill out. Shit. I know shit's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit, and the dust storms, and we running out of French fries and burrito coverings.
Yeah.
But I got a solution.
That's what you said last time, dipshit. I got a solution. You're a dick.
Right. So that's what America is becoming. That's what it's always been. And, you know, he's just mocking the entire thing, which is absolutely what we need to be doing at scale. And so anyways, I totally got a kick out of this. Afroman is a legend, and we need to pick up the pace with things like this, because the Epstein files, right? The nonstop, you know, daily crimes of, COVID, right? All these things that are adding up on the daily. We need to start doing this en masse to make fun of them and give as little relevance to authority as possible, because they only have power because we give them that through our belief system. So we need to take that power away and stop believing in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, right? Literally, like that is what politicians are. They're the Easter Bunny. And so if you believe in the Easter Bunny, right, you believe in politicians, like that's what you're going to get. And so anyways, what else we got? We will cut to another commercial. I think that's all I kind of had with the the 4chan thing. So this is kind of cool because this is kind of a piggyback. So UK demands 4chan pay a fine for not complying with age verification laws. Lawyer responds with revolutionary war rant and an image of a giant hamster dressed as Godzilla. This is the way, make all authority irrelevant and laugh in their faces. So like, this is like already the trend of the signal I'm picking up from like the get-go. Are we about to see this, like, you know, pick up across the board from every sort of authoritative figure? I mean, it's pretty powerful, right? The 4chan guys are doing it. Afroman did it in a way that is uncandidly like idiocracy. Literally the world we're living in right now. So what's that mean? I don't know. I do like the PSYOP. So if this is a PSYOP, congrats guys. This is one that I finally am really happy with, because this will, like, we just need to create 1 million Afromans. Like, be an Afroman, bro. Tell them to fuck off, right? Stack your sats. Tell them, like, we're no longer taxes to pedophiles. So anyways, let's get on with the next ad.
That beard oil.
Now that I'm alone, got the close up. Do you see how awesome my beard looks right now?
I use the beard oil every single day. First thing. Comes out feeling all silky smooth. I take the dropper and I manually apply the oil directly to my mustache. Nice and, oh man, I love it. And then I do drops all through, just rub it all in. And then I top it off with the tallow stick on the face.
Dude, I feel like I have to grow a beard just to try this beard oil. It sounds
Do it, Jay.
amazing.
It's all from softdisclosure.com, and the best part about it is you'll be supporting Badlands Media, Annie from Willow and Farms, and basically 3 of Annie's neighbors. So that's 5 total American companies that you'd be supporting with one purchase.
I have been using the Soft Disclosure scentless beard oil every day after the shower. It looks unkempt, but it feels silky smooth. I want to look a little wild and unapproachable, but for the woman I trust, she'll be like, oh, it's actually kind of soft. He is approachable after all. Otherwise, stay away. And Soft Disclosure will help you too with that, if that's the very specific vibe you're going for.
That is very specific, yes. You guys are supporting American businesses when you do that. It's absolutely incredible, and you get a great product.
Awesome. Go check out the beard oil product if you have a beard. But again, guys, this all comes back to Softwar. We don't have a way to impose severe physical costs against any would-be attackers. Like we can't take the muskets to Washington. There's no other way to fight this tyranny than a parallel system that we just put our energy and our time into, and we just tell the other system to fuck off. We just literally like leave it. There's no point in voting. There's no point in voting. You have no power or authority in voting. There's nothing you get from that. You literally are giving energy to the old system by even participating. Even your participation in voting is supporting the tyranny and corruption of that same system. Don't you understand that your participation in that theft is actually progressing the amount of theft? And so, like, be the change you believe in, bro, right? Who is your God? Is your God the state? Well, if your God is the state, then you will bow to the state, you will pray to the state, and you will vote for the state. Because that is exactly what you're doing. And so if you continually yell into the wind, and you continually yell at a system that is fundamentally corrupt, well, again, the problem isn't the system, because the system is going to do what it does. That's what it's there for. The problem is you. You're the problem. You're the problem because you will not kill off your ego enough to realize that the system you thought was fair was not, was never fair, and was never meant to help you protect your freedoms. It was always meant to steal from you. Okay? And so we're going to give a Pepe of the week. We got the Pepe of the week. We're going to give Pepe Marley to Afroman. One world, one Pepe. Good for one free smoke. Let's get together and feel Pepe. This Pepe there's 242 of these by Crypto Chainer. And it looks like they sell for about $300. There's one for sale for about 0.03 Bitcoin. Okay. If you guys want to learn more about tokenization, want to learn more about Pepes, go to the Pepe Project, learn all about the games of Trump and the Kofefi rabbit hole that's there. All right. So let's transition to circus news this week. Of course, we have lots of it. Eric Trump proud to announce that as of minutes ago, American Bitcoin has passed Galaxy Digital and Bitcoin Holdings. We now stand as the 16th largest public Bitcoin company on earth. No company is climbing the ladder faster. Up, up, up we go. Okay, very bullish ABTC. Here's Max Kaiser reposting from 1325. The Sailor Bitcoin put has gone York with STRC Valuable Rate Series A Perpetual Stretch Preferred Stock. Looks like MSTR bought 30,000 Bitcoin last week. If projections hold and new players into this market, these numbers will quickly 10x. Okay. These numbers have not 10x. It's still really kind of just Sailor. But if you look at, so I put this into Grok. Like I said, hey, Grok, as this positive feedback loop flywheel of STRC in accumulating more Bitcoin, because STRC is that income product that pays an 11% dividend. And if it's above par, like they just continually keep buying more Bitcoin. And so I put it in and be like, what's like the critical mass date of this flywheel Sailor has put together? Because again, we cannot stall. This has to be adopted rapidly. We are in that phase right now. Okay. And so the Bitcoin buys are accelerating with 22,000 last week. Okay. 3,000 delta a week. At current rate of increase, critical mass, 1 million Bitcoin holding hits May 6, 2026. Okay. So Sailor will have 1 million Bitcoin in like a month and a half. If this continues, and I said, well, like, what if it's below par? Grok said the flywheel doesn't matter. It's already in motion. So it's like this snowball effect that's only going to get bigger and bigger. And so, like, I don't know when that precipice of other people being like, holy shit, we need to get on board. But this move by Sailor is absolutely genius, because I think it is the Patriots just forcing this on everybody. Like, if no one else is going to buy it, we've created this feedback loop so that somebody will be gobbling up those coins, and there will be a supply shortage. There will be a supply shock that will absolutely cause the entire market to be like, what the WTF, right? And so here we go. An Indian oil tanker just crossed the Strait of Hormuz safely by paying for its cargo in Chinese yuan. Through just paying dollars, get nothing. The world's most critical energy choke point is now being used to enforce a parallel payment system. Pay in yuan, you get a safe passage. Pay in dollars, good luck. Someone wrote an article about the death of the petrodollar and Covfefe. Wonder who that was. Yeah. So breaking up this entire system, right, in the oil markets through the petrodollar, right, is quite interesting. Home sales absolutely wrecked. Most collapsed in 13 years. So despite falling mortgage rates, analysts expect December's drop in new home sales to accelerate in January, and accelerate they did, crashing a stunning 17.6% month over month, the biggest month over month drop since July 2013. And so this is the worst slide in a while, guys. Remember when Trump says he was going to protect home prices? You never take Trump at face value, guys. You have to understand the game he's playing. He is always playing, this 5D chess move. Okay. What else is some funny stuff that happened? Oh, here's one about consumers getting hurt because of inflation, which they don't give a fuck about, which is genius. I love this.
The U.S. economy is fundamentally sound, and that if it were to be extended, it wouldn't really disrupt the U.S. economy very much at all. It would hurt consumers, and we'd have to think about, if that continued, what we would have to do about that. But that's like really the last of our concerns right now, because we're very confident that this thing is going ahead of schedule.
They don't give a shit. Here's Pete Hegseth saying they need money to kill bad guys.
$200 billion. I think that number could move, obviously. It takes money to kill bad guys. So we're going back to Congress and our folks there to ensure that we're properly funded for what's been done, for what we may have to do in the future, ensure that our ammunition everything's refilled, and not just refilled, but above and beyond. I mean, President Trump, as he said, rebuilt the military in his first term, didn't think he'd use it as dynamically in his second, but he had. So thank goodness he did that. And an investment like this is meant to say, hey, we'll replace anything that was spent. And now that we're reviving our defense industrial base and rebuilding the arsenal of freedom and cutting deals like our great deputy secretaries here is doing, long lead times on exquisite munitions, we're going to be refilled faster than anyone imagined. And I think, we're also still dealing with the environment that Joe Biden created. Which was depleting those stockholds and not sending them to our own military, but to Ukraine, which is every time we reach back and look at any sort of a challenge we have, it goes back to, send it to Ukraine. Ultimately, we think this should be these munitions are better spent in our own interests at this point, and this kind of
money to kill bad guys takes lots of money, and you'll notice that the money that they're printing is getting less and less effective as this goes on. Here we go with Jerome Powell.
But the implications of events in the Middle East for the U.S. economy are uncertain. In the near term, higher energy prices will push up overall inflation, but it is too soon to know the scope and duration of the potential effects on the economy.
So they're going to run it hot. Trump is using the cover of the Iran war to push inflation through. There's nothing you can do about it except protecting your life energy with a protocol that nobody can inflate. Okay. And so it's interesting, kind of what's happening and how fast this is happening now. We're in this acceleration. Here's Atkins with more crypto news.
Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Perry Ann, very much for your very kind and generous introduction. And then thanks also to my good friend, Chairman Seelig, for his insightful remarks. So it's a pleasure, very big pleasure for me to join you today to discuss a subject that sits at the center of American innovation, capital formation, and the enduring principles of our securities laws. Before I go any further, let me offer the customary disclaimer that the views I express here are my own as chairman and not necessarily those of the SEC as an institution or of the other commissioners. So for over a decade, market participants have operated without clear guidance on a fundamental question: when does a crypto asset implicate federal securities laws? So today, I'm pleased to announce that the SEC's persistent failure to provide clarity on this question is over. As we speak, the Commission is implementing a token taxonomy and investment contract interpretation, and you should find that in your inbox or if you look on the website when you get home. Our interpretation, which is grounded in existing law and informed by extensive public input, establishes 4 asset categories that are not deemed to be securities. So digital commodities, digital collectibles, digital tools, and payment stablecoins under the Genius Act. With these categories in place, the interpretation then clarifies that only one crypto asset class remains subject to securities laws, namely digital securities, which are traditional securities that are tokenized. This distinction returns the SEC to its core mission and statutory authority of protecting investors involved in securities transactions. We're not the Securities and Everything Commission anymore. So, thank you.
Tokenization's coming, guys, whether you like it or not. So good news out of that department, which Trump is full throttle implementing his crypto plan. All right. Strange signal this week. We had, of course, the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency quietly purchasing aliens.gov, and was also purchased by the same US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security as alien.gov. Okay, so that's interesting. Don't know what's going to happen there. Again, talking about this previously, there are now 3 oil markets: Asia, Brent, and US. Okay, and so that's Asia, Europe, and the US, which is unique because Asia's at $167 and US is at $97. So an interesting breakup of the oil exports. In addition to, right, the insurance through Lloyd's of London, that's been happening for, centuries, whatever, right? Through the insurance as well that we took over. So petrodollar seems to be sinking quickly. What else did we have here? We had, it didn't pop up yet. We also had space mining. So StarCloud files plans for 88,000 satellite constellation, and they're working hand in hand with NVIDIA. So the fake space guys are getting absolutely kind of wrecked as we're mining Bitcoin in space, and we're doing AI and all these other different things because it's a lot easier to cool everything from space than it is here on the planet. So that's interesting, right? We've got Quas talking about all the space stuff, and then we have more proofs that that's actually happening. And so let's get to the rug pulls of the week. We've got 39 trillion. Make sure you pay your taxes next month. The government needs your hard-earned wages to put a dent in the 39 trillion it's accumulated. Okay, so we hit 39 trillion. Congrats. And so this is a timeline. U.S. national debt crossed 39 trillion. It doubled in 10 years. So from 19.5 trillion in 16 to 39 trillion today. The first 10 trillion took 27 years, 1981 to 2008. The last 9 trillion took 4 years. Here's how fast each trillion was added. 34 to 35, 204 days. 35 to 36, 112 days. 36 to 37, 270 days. 37 to 38, 72 days. 38 to 39, 146 days. Okay, so some of it was distorted by the debt ceiling. But at the current rate of 7.2 billion per day, we hit 40 trillion by July or August, and 50 trillion by 2030. So what you're seeing is effectively the money printers getting less and less effective in their ability to create energy out of nothing. Okay. And so there's a rug pull coming to the petrodollar system, and you better be prepared to protect yourself from what's coming. Owen Schroyer, the 1776 cuck who still pays his taxes, for some reason, thinks this Q is still Q, I guess. And so even Q is out, right? And so great investigative journalism there. You domesticated simp. So I think Owens is some kind of a like another, Mossad agent. He was doing this thing from, and that's what these guys do. They're trying to sell you on red versus blue. They're trying to sell you on politics. Okay. No other avenue are they giving you. They're not giving you any other options to opt out. They're giving you politics after like they're giving you Oprah Winfrey on a daily, hoping you guys consistently tune in to Oprah Winfrey. Now, if you like Oprah Winfrey and you like getting rug pulled while they're stealing from you, like continue to listen to these frauds, right? They'll put 1776, they'll wear American flags, they'll shoot guns, they'll act like they're all tough, but in reality, they're just a bunch of cucks to the state that don't actually project any power in the real transition that we're moving to. So Owen's a cuck, Alex is a cuck, they're all just selling you lies of politicians, right? Giving you no hope, giving you just consistent doomerism, and they're not giving you any options to free yourself, right? Because you are a child of Babylon, right? And no one is coming to save you, bro. You have to embrace your own acts and release the chains, bro. Like there's no other way to put it. What else we got? The CIA bank, extremely unexpected, just popped up. A DOJ lawyer has entered an appearance in the 35-year-old case against BCCI, the bank that the CIA used to launder money in the 80s. This is the first filing in the case in over a decade. I have no idea what it means. Interesting. Wonder if it has something to do with Iran, because we know Iran is ran by Israel, Mossad, okay, the fake war, the fake KFAB, because again, it was the CIA, Mossad, who put Khomeini in, right? The Shah was, they had an uprising. They got rid, the Shah was good. Like he was advancing Western culture. It was a free state. Women didn't wear the hijabs. They weren't fundamentally Muslim. And that big change ruined that country. And so, what does that mean? Well, if the CIA was able to change the ruler, then that means they had their hands in everything that was happening in that country. How do you think they consistently got funded from us? Because it was always the threat of Iran. So I think this operation that Trump is doing is actually blowing up Mossad sites in Iran to return power back to their people and get rid of the Zionists from the regime. Okay. And so I have changed the name of my Telegram channel to the Bullion, Bitcoin, and Anti-Semitism channel, because some of you people are not anti-Semitic enough. Hate to break it to you. You guys are simping for Jews, and you guys need to realize that they are not capable of being cohesive with any other human. Okay. Now, remember, their entire existence has been parasitic off of everybody else. Now, will their culture survive with their own proof of work? I don't know. Just know that they have always thrived on stealing from everybody else. Okay. And so in this new system of proof of work, okay, this is natural selection. And if you cannot adapt, right, if you cannot provide work, the proof of work to survive, you simply won't survive. It's natural selection. So if you continually think you can take advantage and steal from people, your culture just simply won't survive unless it produces or provides proof of work on its own. Okay. And so that's really what's happening. And, I'm not a huge fan of Nick Fuentes, but like message over messenger, he's absolutely right in this clip.
We have to put all the differences aside. We really do. We have to put the differences aside, left and right, Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, white, black, men, women. We have to put all that aside and stand against the occupation. Let me put it very simply in terms everybody can understand. Our country is under a hostile occupation. That's what it is. Our government is occupied. Our government, our elites, all the institutions that control the country, the United States of America is an occupied nation. We are occupied by a hostile alien force, and they have so much control that they are able to send our sons and daughters, the bravest and best among us, to kill and die for their agenda. It has nothing to do with protecting America. It has nothing to do with defending the homeland, our interests, anything like that. Our sons and daughters, the bravest and best among them that volunteer and take up arms, are being sent to kill and die, to take life and give up their own lives for the agenda of this hostile occupying force. Call it what you want. Israel, world Jewry, organized Jewry, a Jewish fifth column. That is what is happening. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what party you vote for. I don't care if you hate every other one of my views. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe we are all created by God. And I believe that the ethos of our civilization is selfless love. I think it's time for all of us to unite. Every one of us to unite against this hostile force. If you are with me, against this unnecessary bloodshed, against this expansionist, wicked, ethnocentric agenda.
So anyways, Nick's right on the Jewish problem we have that is very real. I think, he doesn't obviously understand the whole Q plan, and he's, obviously misguided on what Trump is doing, but he's absolutely right with the Jewish problem that we have to unite against. Look, Farrakhan knew it from how long ago, right? Listen.
Jews are angry with me because they are the absolute master of their world. That's the boss. You notice Jews, they don't fight. They let the Italians, the Irish, the Polish do their fighting. When the Jew comes out to fight, you've gotten to the top. You see Raiders of the Lost Ark? Whenever you're getting ready to get to the real prize, that's when you got to go through the hardest test. That's when the big dragon comes out. Well, I'm telling you, when you bring the Jew out of hiding, that's the last barrier you got to get by. Do they control education? Do they control the American Medical Association? Do they control the American Dental Association? The psychologists? The psychiatrists? Come on! They do. Are they over the teachers' union? Mm-hmm. Who runs the big publishing houses in America? Who is masterful in all forms of communication? Who is controlling the movie picture industry? Mm-hmm. Who is controlling the record industry? You want to sing? I got a song for you.
Farrakhan, wise beyond his time. And so, yeah, guys, we got to come to grips with what the problem is. And even, our boy Theo is getting it too.
I have spoken about this before, but I do have a lot of uncomfort about America's relationship with Israel, the Israeli political leaders. That's what I mean. I believe that group it just feels like a satanic regime. It doesn't seem, it feels like they just want to cause pain. They just, they don't even know where all the bodies from Gaza are, and they're already moved on to other places that they are attacking, and that America's associated now with their attacks. And I believe that will come here one day. I don't believe that the Israeli leaders, that they have any intention to stop that. I don't see that they have any care for the American people. It doesn't seem like that. I've never heard that spoken. And I believe that if we don't speak up now, that our children won't have the chance to speak up, either by law or by worse. And I don't understand our government's relationship with Israel's leaders and with Israel's government. I don't understand it. It feels like there's this war machine, and then our soldiers are put into these spaces, and they're just there to serve an America that they believe in. And it's no knock against them or anything like that. It's just, it just feels like it's causing a lot of pain and fear. And yeah, I don't understand I don't understand Trump's relationship. I don't understand our political, like, why we are so beholden to this government, this Israeli government that just seems to be obsessed with control. And it feels like bloodlust, like they just like, it's not enough. Like after what happened in Gaza, I don't see how there could be any other view. They're making laws now. There are bills being presented where we won't even have a chance to have a voice at some point. There's surveillance infrastructure that's being put into place. There's a lot of things happening right now. And some people are like, well, it's too much for me to get involved in. I understand that. But yeah, I believe that if we don't speak up now, and it may already be too late, but if we don't speak up now, that one day our kids will not be able to. And it's disappointing to me too that a lot of our religious leaders haven't said anything. I don't understand it. And I think this has been going on for a long time. I do not understand.
He was absolutely right. The Jewish problem is a major problem, and you need to stand up. And that's why I think Trump is putting it front and center. He's going to give you so much Jew stuff in your face that is absolutely ridiculous that you're going to be like, what the fuck are we doing? Right? Time and time again. But I believe the operation is to take out those Zionist entities in Iran and Israel. If you notice, Israel is getting the shit pounded out of them, okay, by Iran in certain areas. And Israel's hitting certain targets in Iran, right? Which are probably Mossad operations as well. And so this looks like a kind of a wrap up, saving Israel for last, and so I think that's where we're at. The other kind of funny thing is all the people going, fuck Trump and MAGA is dead. But like these people cracked me up. So here's some more rug pulls for you.
I've been a loyal supporter of the president for almost 20 years. This goes back to when I was 21 years old and I was Miss California at the Miss USA pageant. And I've known him. I consider him a dear friend. And I will tell you right now, I do not recognize our president. I think that we are an occupied nation. I think that a foreign country has occupied our government. And we are seeing now that this president of the United States of America is being influenced by a foreign government. And MAGA, let me tell you right now, MAGA is dead. It is deader than dead. And Americans are furious. We do not recognize President Donald J. Trump anymore.
So, well, guys, I don't know if this is the part of the psyop. Like, if Trump is intentionally, being the last president and intentionally blowing up this presidency to end it in whatever fashion that is, but it sure seems to be like Trump is headed on a collision course with this entire thing, right? You've got this lady.
Trump. Let's take a listen to one more woman who we spoke with. If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
How's that $8 gas treating you, MAGA? MAGA, you like that $8 gas? And it's funny because, like, if you can't understand the operation, like, you're not going to understand the brilliance of Trump. But the brilliance of Trump is exposing you to take your power back. Like, that's the whole point of what he's doing. Like, stop being a dumb goyim, take your power back, figure out how to do that properly, and stop screaming at things that you have no power in. You've got no power at $8 gas, bro. Check it out.
People out here taking pictures, they don't even believe it. $8, $8.21. You might as well get you a horse.
Bro, what you doing? It go right there.
Bro, got
not...
$6, bro? Yeah,
bro,
they could pick that shit up.
Now, I am not paying $9 motherfucking dollars for gasoline. No way.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Oh, by the way, it's $4.45.
Well, I can't lie to you. This gas is getting crazy in Georgia, bro.
Good Lord.
Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Fuck you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Fuck you, this.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Not gonna play with me, bro, because I'm not gonna play. And I don't got nothing to lose. I don't got no family, nigga. I don't got no kids, nigga. I don't got nothing, nigga.
All right, bro. You can slow down. You can slow down.
So what are you gonna do, bro? What do you do when gas is $20 a gallon? Love my Cybertruck, by the way. It just takes electricity, and so I'm not feeling the pain as bad as you guys, but it's gonna get worse unless you adapt or die. So continually, enjoy the suck is what they say, unless you can figure out a way to beat them, right? How do you outsmart them in 5th generational warfare against the Zionist Jews, right? Because you just can't live in harmony with them. They are parasites. They change their colors. You cannot trust them. And so the Jew will have to find out how to provide proof of work. If they cannot live on their own proof of work, okay, they will absolutely perish. That's just a fact. That's what's happening. And so fuck around and find out, right? You Satanists, right? Literally.
These people honestly believe that they are the descendants of gods, that they are the chosen, that they are God's special people, that we are delusional, and that the true creator is this wisdom principle that they think of as Lucifer. That wisdom principle gave us ancient mystery school teachings, and that the enemy, which they call Adonai, the adversary, which we would call the Christian God, came to try to defeat them. Then they even take it a step further and they look at texts like the Bible and they say that where it says in the end times that God will take the money from the wicked and restore it to the just, that we as a planet are the wicked and they are the just. So this is how they justify their financial corruption. They don't believe that we deserve the money. In fact, they believe that if they did not dominate us and if they did not control us and play all these games, that we left to our own devices would destroy our planet. So in some twisted rationale, they believe they are saving the earth. They believe humans are bad for the environment. We cause pollution, so they have to reduce population. Then they seed that into movies like The Matrix, where Agent Smith says that that humans are like a virus on the planet. This is one of a variety of ways in which they will usually embed their teachings into the villain.
Not a huge fan of David Icke, but he's correct there. And, so the money is what it's all about. It's always been about following the money. And, we'll see. We will see how that plays out. All right. What else we got? We got we got this JFK clip again that exposes a secret society. We've been talking about this for a long time. Don't think I'll play that. What else I can play is the Dune 3 trailer. I was going to play that, but it's so good because someone did an AI version of it that literally has Afroman. Like I said, man, this psyop is so great. But I think that's it for tonight. We'll leave you guys with a couple of clips from Afroman and Sailor. And I'll be out next week. I'll be in Miami. But like I said, spring starts tomorrow. So we'll see how the planets line up. May is critical mass for Sailor and MicroStrategy. What's going to happen with the stock market as they keep printing more and more fake Bitcoin? I don't know how long the Jews can keep that up, but we'll see what happens when the dust settles. So, Shadalay.
Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Brian Newland is a flag. William is a pedophile. If I'm telling folks the truth, how come I have to go to trial? Newland sexting kids, that's true. Now he's stealing my money too. My proof's on the internet. Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Tasha Chamblin is a confidential informant. Roy Gabbard is the judge that signs fictitious warrant. This whole situation is totally their fault. Don't rape me, don't get videoed and caught. Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. Prosecutor David Kelly turned to jelly when they fell. Coward ran to Arizona so he wouldn't catch the hell. Kimmy tried to dodge us. Rogers tried to retire and dip like a rat leaving a sinking ship. Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet. All you crooked cops in the world that's doing wrong, you better stop, you crooked cop, before I put you in a song. Make your family and your friends laugh out loud and sing along. My proof's on the internet. Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna screw ya. The proof's on the internet. You think they gonna buy this shit, man?
Magic of the story is the baseline is Bitcoin is raw commodity. You either buy that on Coinbase, or Bitcoin is wrapped. You buy IBIT from BlackRock. That's the baseline. But it turns out most of the world doesn't want that. I mean, a lot of the world wants high voltage. They want 10x leverage. Susquehanna wants 10x leverage. Millennium, Soros, they want to be up there in the stratosphere. And then some people want, you know, the MSTX, MSTU, those two ETFs raised $4 billion in a matter of weeks, no marketing. They want 4x, 3x Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is 1.5 to 2x Bitcoin. So some people want to be up there above the baseline. Look, if you believe in Bitcoin and someone can give you 2x Bitcoin and they can do it with intelligent leverage or with a balance sheet you trust, why wouldn't you want 2 times whatever you wanted, right? And then there's another world of crypto curious people. They're just tired and bored. How do you feel about a portfolio of 187 diversified preferred stocks that give you 520 basis points? You know, and it's like, okay, you own the 16th tranche of the 18,000th regional bank, and it's like QSIP 199742. There's no volatility. You can't pledge it as collateral. You can't borrow against it. So there's a world, $300 trillion of bored money that's waiting to die, getting 2-3%. And then there's another 200 trillion of hot money. MicroStrategy is just going to sell all of those instruments up and down the chain while we ignore the baseline. And I'll just make this one point. Like when you're arbitraging this, you know, you're asking the question, well, how fast is it appreciating? So Bitcoin is plus 60. And let's just say because it's plus 30 to 60 versus the US dollar. And my long-term forecast is 29% for 21 years. So we're plus 30 to 60. Then the next question is how volatile is it versus the dollar? Bitcoin's 60 volatile, but you can imagine it's going to be plus 30 to 60 more volatile. Then you ask the question, how fast is the investment cycle? If I borrow $1 billion or raise $1 billion of equity and I invest it in a real estate project, it takes 5 years, 1,500 days. If I invest it in Bitcoin, it takes 1 day. I'm running the investment cycle 1,000 times faster. And then the last question is, how accretive is the capital raise? So if I'm selling it at 3 times net asset value, you're capturing a 66% spread. The convertible bonds are capturing an 80% spread. When you sell a convert at an 80% spread and you do $1 billion of it, it literally means that you captured $800 million of capital gain on the day you did it. And you capture all of the capital gain for your shareholders forever on the 800 million. And so when you're raising 800 million and then you're investing it at 60% ARR or 30%, right? The amount of accretion is screaming. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do this $42 billion and then rinse and repeat and double it and double it and double it and double it. And you're going to say like, well, where does it end? Well, I guess when we've taken 1% of the fixed income market, which is $3 trillion, and when we levered it up and we've got 10 billion, we bought 3 trillion of Bitcoin and we're trading at $10 trillion in market cap, we'll be growing 20% a year.
All right. So
that's the end game, right?
So here's.
Alex just asked ChatGPT, was Michael Jackson about to put out a song about Palestine? Yes, back in 1993, Michael Jackson wrote an unreleased song called Palestine, Don't Cry that was intended for his history album, but was never officially recorded or released. Only the lyrics survived in the auction.
Wow. Who bought it?
Right?
Look up who bought it. Look up who bought it.
I'm sure he had allegations before that.
Nope. They started right after that.
Look it up. Look up when the first time Michael, I don't believe that. Michael been to court for shit. Like, when was the first time Michael Jackson had allegations?
Julian's auction says him for about $10,000, but there's no public record of the buyer, who the buyer was. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
First public child sexual abuse. See? 1993.
Nah, bro.
Do the math, son.
Nah.
Do the math. Do the math, people.
God damn, man.
Charla.
I got
Charla.
one. Got one.
Charla, we can't be the Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah, do the math,
Can't be the Tuskegee Airmen, guys.
Math.
It's crazy. No. Yo, it's crazy. This is crazy.
I mean, it is very close. It's very close.
This is crazy.
But what is it? Here's my number.
Call me baby.
Call me maybe.
God damn. What else we got out?
Yeah, we're getting off this one.
This shit got a little
we all
too
got
hot.
apologies next week.
This shit got
bro.
a little too hot, bro. This shit got a little too hot right now.
Too hot.
Thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. And a special thank you to all of our advertising partners. Please remember to shift your dollars to support those businesses that support Badlands Media.
Chardonnay, my friends.
Because you're living an illusion. I can't wait till it hits you. Recollection, your misconception. Obsessed, you say the green is success. Well, material gain causes serious stress. More love, because you're living in illusion. Wake up now, yes, you're living in confusion. what we need, more love. That's what we need to succeed. Not dollars, not what we need. Let's give them love so the youth can achieve more love. Come on, that's what we need, more love. That's what we need to succeed. Not dollars, not what we need. Let's give them love so the youth can achieve now. Yep, you gotta see clearer. Clear on up, stay up and stay clearer. Go back to basics, look in the mirror. You're in a dream, wake up and now gear up. Come on, love, continually loving, that's realer. Make up your mind and emerge as a leader. Now it connects many, many off, feed off. Rise up above cause the youth stay feed off. Love, come on, that's what we need, more love. That's what we need to succeed. Not dollars, not what we need. Let's give them love so the youth can achieve more love. Come on, that's what we need, more love. That's what we need to succeed. Not dollars, not what we need. Let's give them love so the youth can achieve now. You gotta see clearer. Yep, you gotta see clearer. More love, come on, that's what we need. More love, that's what we need to succeed. Not dollars, not what we need. Let's give them love so the youth can achieve now.